Hey, what's up, guys? So this is gonna be the week 50 recap. Um, I had a pretty bad week. Like honestly, I've had a pretty bad the last month and a half. Really, I think I just got way too much going on. Um, I'm trying to get ready for a kickboxing and a Muay Thai tournament. It's gonna be all on the same weekend, so I got to make sure that I'm in like tip-top shape. I could have potentially a lot of fights in one weekend, and so I'm really training hard, trying to manage fight camp with trading is just it's not really working out all that great for me. Um, but I, yeah, I'll kind of go over a few of the trades. So I traded AEHR. I did gap and extension. I did pretty good. I shorted right here, cover, cover, cover. I recycled, cover, popped back up. I shorted again, cover. Then I recycled and I covered everything here. Um, Popped that back up. I shorted again, cover, cover, and covered the final position here. I don't know what this was. That definitely didn't take that long. But got a small little win on that. And I also traded APT. So I shorted here. I added to the position, which is a big no-go, and then I cut it off. Um, I dropped back down. I could have covered and like had a much smaller loss to VWAP. It curled on VWAP, and I didn't do it. I took a loss here. Then I shorted, and once again I added to my position like way up here. Um, and I'm pretty sure I got cut off like up here. I took a max loss on this day. I took a decent win on AEHR, and then I just got wrecked on this trade. Um, I also traded MTSL on the same day. Um, I shorted, covered, shorted, shorted, cover break even. If you can't tell, if you've been watching my recaps for a while, like it's like I pretty much went back to like week one or week two. I'm trading all front side. I'm being super anxious. Uh, Way too much FOMO. I'm not being calm and calculated just because like I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but like with all the running, the dieting, and like training crazy hard, like I don't have the mental capacity, and it's just wearing me down, and I'm having bad results because of it. Then I traded MDYD. I traded this in pre-market. Um, Shorted the pop to VWAP, cover, cover, I recycled, covered, and I covered all down here. I traded AEHR again. So right opened, it was weak. It started slamming down. I shorted it, cover, cover, cover. I covered all down here. My final target was down here, but I just covered it all. Um, that's why, because I was trading Euro, the stock that went absolutely apeshit, that I should have not touched at all. So this thing went from like $3 up to like 40 something dollars in a few days, and I got my butt kicked naturally on this thing. So I started shorting. I shorted, covered for a loss. Um, that longed it, longed, cover, and I I don't know where I long. Like I pretty sure I took a max loss on this day. Um, 'Cause I think I was like longing it like somewhere in here. No, I can't remember where the hell I longed it at. Anyways, I took the long, and it just tanked on me. And I mean, it dropped way quick, and I couldn't get out of it. And I took a big loss on that. I was trading BBIGG, BBIG, same day. I took this. It was a nice fade. Um, so I started in pre-market. I shorted. I covered. I shorted up here, pretty much like top of the day. Covered. The right before open, I covered. I shorted into the pops, covered, and I covered all. Um, I also traded CME. And this thing kicked my butt too. Like once again, like if you look at this is all front side, all of it. Like I mean, like really the only backside was like right here. Like this would have been a perfect short, towards the end of the day. Nice stuff, but yeah. So it came up here. I shorted, risking this high. I cut off. I shorted again, cut it off. But like if you look at the volume is just crazy, So like what I was thinking here was there's volume divergence. And I thought that like that was higher with lower volume, it was just gonna fail, and it's not what happened at all. I shorted, I covered, popped up here. Uh, I tried longing it because I thought it was gonna hold the 90 EMA and push again. I longed, cut it off, flipped short again, covered, short, and covered break even. At this point, I should have known that like I was being super emotional. Oh, it wasn't narrow. It was. This is why I had a max loss. So I was doing good on neuro. After my first initial cuts, is this one that kicked my ass. So I thought that this was gonna curl and just squeeze. And I longed again, and I thought that it was gonna curl and break over this. I wanted to long down here because I didn't want to buy the breakout. I wanted to have a better average. I did not think that. I mean, this thing tanked in like seconds, and yeah, it's too quick. I hit a max loss, and then I traded IGC yesterday, and this is, yeah, not good. So I pretty much got my butt kicked in pre-market. Um, I shorted here after the stuff. I shorted. I covered, or no, I shorted. I added to my short, and I covered on this candle when it squeezed up. I reshorted on a lower high. I added to my short, cut off, and then I got kind of screwed at the open. So my idea was short up here. So this thing ripped. It came back down. I slammed the bid, but when I slammed the bid, I got filled like way down here. It popped back up, and I wasn't paying attention because I had my P&L, and I didn't like. I knew I was down from pre-market, but I didn't know it was like that crazy. But I figured like I could have a little bit more wiggle room. I went in with way too big a size for how much I figured I was down anyways. So it was just a horrible play. But like after this trade, I was just like I was done. I was just like, all right, well, clearly things are not working out. I had the best month I've ever had in May, ever, and I absolutely killed it. And then I started doing this fight camp, and the second I started training like really hard again, I haven't been able to study as much as I was. I haven't been able to focus as much as I was, and it's just not working out. So I think that what I'm going to do is I took off today. I didn't trade. I'm not going to trade at all next week. And what is that? Fucking heat. That's cool. And and I think that I just need to like regroup. I need to kind of figure out, like how to make sense of everything because, you know, I put way too much time and energy into trading stocks. At the same time, I put in way too much time and energy into kickboxing. So I need to think about how to make all this work. And so I'm kind of thinking about everything, but like at the same time, there's no sense in losing more money while I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna sit back, and especially in the market right now, the market is unbelievably choppy. I mean, look at this volume. Like, where the hell did all this come from? There's 7 million in this, 8 million on this, a little under 6 million on this one. It's like this is crazy volume, like crazy, crazy. It reminds me of back like when everybody was getting like their stimulus checks and stuff, and I got cut up because I didn't adapt to the market quick enough. Well, I was doing so good because I was studying all this stuff. I was seeing the patterns, I was seeing the volume, I was seeing like what to look for, how like when they're trapped and all that kind of stuff, and I was much more calm and patient. And I feel like I'm just kind of in this like I get a lot more aggressive like when I'm in a fight camp, and that's the wrong. It's the exact opposite mentality of what I want to have in the stock market. Like, I want to be as calm as possible, and I mean I still want to be as calm as possible in kickboxing, but like that's just not me. I'm a very aggressive fighter, and I need to figure that out too. But it's like it's just too many things all at one time. So I feel like I've already signed up for this tournament. I'm finishing up mentoring, and it's not like I want to forget all this knowledge that I've learned from Jay and everything. So it's like, well, I feel like the smart thing to do is to take a step back for a second, like reassess like everything, and kind of give it my all for this next tournament, and then just kind of figure out what's gonna work for me because I mean these results are like honestly they're just unacceptable. Like I can't go from a month like May to like the last month and a half ever since I decided to like really go after it. You know, when you see that, I mean that's why I do tracking. That's why I go back and I look at everything, and it's literally right when I first started getting ready to like prepping to get ready for fights. It's like it just I don't know went downhill. It's I have a mind coach, Steve, and he actually thought that like fighting was gonna make me trade better, and like I think that if I do it the right way, that it possibly could, but I'm not doing it right, and so I kind of need to, like I said, I need to reassess everything, and we'll kind of go from there. But I got two more of these. I think what my idea is that I'm not gonna do these weekly recaps. I think that when I'm done with the 52 weeks, that I will I'll probably do like a monthly one because I think these are good for me to go back and review everything. It keeps me accountable. And yeah, and like, people were saying that like this actually helps them out a lot. So, especially like, that's like one thing. Like I hate, yeah, like fighters do it too. So like on my kickboxing page, like I'm starting to be a lot more like real about stuff, like everybody like has this mentality of like there's some sort of badass that they're not ever worried about anything, and that's complete horseshit. Like, you're nervous as hell before every fight, like, but that's why you do it. And so I want to put out real videos, kind of like what I'm doing with these recaps with kickboxing experiences, and like kind of, you know, show the true story, not like what I wanted everybody to see, but like this is legit, and so I've been kind of doing that, but I want to keep on doing these, and because everyone's showing all their like, I made $10,000 today, or look at my Lamborghini, or whatever, and it's like that's like 1% of the people that are doing this kind of stuff. It's like most people I talk to are struggling. They're having a hard time with everything, but like I learned Jay's system, but I don't trade Jay's system the way Jay trades it. I think the thing that makes it so difficult for people is that you got to find your own style. Like you got to find what works for you. That's why I feel like most people don't make it is because they get so fixated on like other people's style, and like they trade it like an alert. Like the guy will call out his trade, but like I mean, by the time I tell you that I took a trade, or I type out like, oh, I was short at this or longed here or whatever, I'm already in. I've already been in for seconds. So like maybe like what I'm seeing, like, it's that opportunity's already gone. And so, I feel like you have to learn your own way. And so like I'm gonna kind of back off. Like I'm gonna stop putting out so much videos, and like quit focusing on everybody else and all their trades and stuff, and I'm just gonna focus on just me, and get my stuff down. And then once I get down more, then maybe I start picking these back up again. I don't know, but anyways, I'm probably not gonna be trading next week. Maybe I'll do like I'll do like an overview on my thought process and all that kind of stuff or something. That way I have all 52 weeks, and just go from there. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be back next week.